Hi, folks, it's Kieran. Great to see you again. You remember before I mentioned about my spending time playing with technology on Sunday? Well, look, Amazon arrived at my door today, and what I thought was, well, why don't I not talk about technology as such, or not lead with technology, but talk about business? With Amazon arriving, it made me think about the logistics industry, which is absolutely huge because when you look at it, it's covering road and rail, maritime transport, it's covering warehousing and storage. It's a vast enterprise involving, planning, transporting of goods and packages throughout countries. And the big thing is there, of course, processing documents is just vital to any supply chain. Documents are absolutely everywhere. And you look at the logistics business in particular, then you're talking about 1,001 different things, from invoices to bills of lading, to proofs of delivery, to freight invoices, shipping labels, customs and tax declarations, dangerous goods declarations, purchase orders, air cargo, you name it, it's in there. And the numbers are extraordinary. I think I seen a figure the other day that said there is 550 billion invoices transacted alone per year, of which 90% are still paper-based. So with Amazon in mind, logistics in mind, I thought, well, why don't I talk about an application that I seen, DocParser, that allows you to I call it cheaply, very affordably, scan in invoices, documents, statements, bills of lading, anything you've got in your logistics company. Why is it important? Well, I think two reasons. One is cost. So if you're a medium-sized logistics company with about 100,000 documents annually, let's imagine they take 3 minutes. Why 3 minutes manually? And by manually, I mean I look at the document, I check all of the details on it, and then I start to copy from A, which is the document, over to B, which is Excel, an application, a CRM, or something else. Well, 100,000 at 3 minutes ago works out at about $5,000 per year. You look at a cost of roughly $50 per hour. Some people can argue at that, but it's usually finance departments who are dealing with these documents. And when you look at fully loaded cost, it's, the wage, the bonus, the health, the private medical care. You're looking at a seat, a desk, oversight from audit, risk, compliance, training, onboarding, managerial time, all of the computer software applications on your desktop, and all the things that you could be doing otherwise. That works out to about $250,000 a year once you do the math. So if you could help automate and digitize the scanning of documents, wow, massive potential for cost saving, or to reuse the opportunity cost into much more productive work. And not only that, when you think about it for the person themselves, let's be honest, when I'm doing documents, after I've done number 100, I'm starting to make mistakes. Therefore, it's not my best work. I'm not feeling great. I maybe feel stressed. I feel anxious. I then can't concentrate on other work. And then when you drill that down further and look at the cost of rework, in other words, fixing these things, that's a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of hassle. I might have to deal with customer complaints. I might have to deal with costly refunds. I'll have customer service issues, probably reputational damage. And then again, if I'm a manager, I have to deal with all this and try and make all this work. And why I talk about that application again is sometimes we look at tech, we come up with $1 million solutions. We have to believe it's complex. It doesn't have to be complex. So let me give you an example just very briefly so you can see what it is I'm talking about. Using DocParser as a really great application that's very reasonably priced, that allows you to scan in all these types of documents. Again, I log on to the screen, docparser.com. I hit login. Sign in. Sorry, let me just sign in. I've got a document I uploaded earlier on, but again, if I wanted, I would just upload a document very, very quickly, very briefly. Let me just show you how to do that. I'll hit delete. This is a great mechanism, by the way. It stops you deleting things that you actually need. Notice I'm on the opening screen. I can do everything. I can subscribe, sort out my billing, manage my account, linked add-ons. And this really links to a lot of stuff. Look, PDF Expert, link to XML, extract data all over the place, link to Google Sheets, link to CRM systems, link to a lot of other integrations, by the way, a lot of other partners in this, and I'll show you that in a second. But create a parse document. Notice as well, tons of templates built in here. These are parses, in other words. It's the part of the program that allows you to copy and take particular information out of a document to represent it somewhere else, Excel, Google Sheets, you name it. So let's just start with a blank template. Let's just give it a name, my Amazon import for my book. Got a book, please, notice. Very simple, point, click. Anybody in the business can do this. You don't need to be a data science to do this type of thing. Sorry, let me just upload this document. Go into my desktop. DocParser, here we go, Kieran's book. Upload, done. Simple as that. Doesn't get any more complicated. Continue. Notice it's giving me point and click instructions all the time. It makes it easy, really easy for me to follow this. I've got it. Now what I want to do is create some rules to take some information out of the document. Let's do this quite quickly and simply, but look, I can take all sorts of information out. I can take tables of data, phone numbers, email addresses, alphanumeric, dates. Let's just take a date at the moment. Notice it presents the document on the screen, so I can see this really easily. There's the date. I just drag, click, confirm, bottom right, done. I can save that parsing rule, and what I can do is add another rule. So why not postal address? If you want to write to me now, you've got my details. I'll just drag that postal address in, and I could do billing address. I could do something else. Save it again all the time. I can continue editing. I can prepare for export. Why don't I just pick another rule? Pick something else here. What about a total, a number at the bottom of this, so I can see the invoice price? There we go. Notice point, click. This is not expensive. This is not complicated. This is pretty fast. Save parsing rules. Prepare for export. And as I mentioned earlier on, if I want, I can click on this to see what information is sitting there across the book, the numbers, the dates. Everything else is here. The original file, the pre-processed files here. I can link this to a webhook. I can download it as a PDF. Or as I mentioned, I can start to use all sorts of other things in here that's added on to this or integrated into this, like Google Drive, OneDrive Box, Microsoft Power Automate, so I can combine it as part of an intelligent automation solution. I can use Workato, use APIs to now connect the data in and out wherever I want. So I've got my parse, I have everything here that I need. And what I can now do, again, as I mentioned earlier on, I can have version control, I can reset the rules in here and come and make it more complicated. You name it, I can do it. Is now ready for export, and out it can go in Excel. All I've done is click on it, and what you're not seeing in the background here, but I'll show you in one little second, pops it out to Excel. It's already done that in the background. There's the Excel document. Let me just expand that. There we go. Date and time it's done. You can record all that in varieties of ways, by the way, when it was received, the time zone, when it was processed, you name it. And notice there's the date and there's the number that I wanted. And I could have anything in this document, the date, the time, the address. It's all point, click, move, you name it, it's done. And I really like that. So if you're a logistics company, you're any sort of company, you're working in that area, it doesn't have to involve a multi-million-pound solution. You jump online, you grab something like DocParser, you start to work through your freight invoices, shipping labels, you name it, it's all there. Very, very simple. And if you can't do it yourself, this is the great news. I rang their support team or did an online support session, then did a video session with them. They'll actually build it for you. So you can pay them a very small amount of money to build up the templates. And that means every document that comes in from now on will just work. The support system is really fantastic as well. So if you want help, that there's available. There's a lot of stuff online as well that will help you do this. But can you imagine how you would feel now, instead of manually copying and pasting and typing lots of documents in, taking large amounts of time and it costing a lot of money? There's a point and clicks device there to allow you to do it, or it even allows you to schedule it. Technology doesn't have to be complicated. And one thing DocParser is complicated, and the other thing it's not is expensive. Try it.